Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel. I just got through watching Sonic the Hedgehog. What did I think? Well, when the movie opens up, but instead of the Paramount sign being surrounded by stars, but it's actually enclosed in the Sonic golden rings, then you know that you're in for a fun time. I enjoyed this film, although there were times where the action slowed down and there were lulls here and there, mainly in the second act, but overall, you can't really complain. I didn't really. I love Sonic in this. He was how we all wanted him to be. Remember the whole backlash of his look initially? And the studios were so great in going back in and fixing Sonic's look. And he looked every bit like the video game character. It was as if we were playing the game as Sonic was zipping in and out, and doing what Sonic does. I loved him. I loved the banter between Sonic and Tom Wachowski, played by James Marsden. I loved his wife, Maddie, and even her niece, and her sister. They were bit players in this movie, and they did their thing. I like how when Sonic needed new shoes, and the niece went and got him some, and he appreciated it. He was like, "Oh, nobody's ever given me a gift before." I love that part. But as much as these guys were characters were all good in the film, nothing can top Jim Carrey's frenetic, manic approach to his character. You know, Jim Carrey is back, and he is back to what he did before. He is in true form in the role of Dr. Robotnik, a guy who's maybe a little bit too smart for his own good, a little arrogant. He was hired by the Department of Defense, and he's even telling a major, played by Neil McDonough, I'm in charge now. I know more than you. You know what I mean? Like a major who's probably been in the military for 20 something years, right? But yeah, he really, really knocked this role out of the park. Great performance by Jim Carrey, man. And I hope that this opens up opportunities for him to revisit some of our favorite roles, like Ace Ventura, like Liar Liar, and all these other films. I think that there has been talks in the past about him doing, another Ace Ventura movie. And usually when these guys, come back and they're able to do a role that really brings them back into the limelight and into our conscious, right? And usually that opens up a interest for people to do their own films. I mean, look at Keanu Reeves. He was so great in his role as John Wick, and that really brought Keanu Reeves back into the limelight and everything, and everybody really talking about him. And then he's doing Bill and Ted. He's doing another Matrix. So, things like that open up for these guys, and hopefully Jim Carrey will, revisit as well. Maybe another Dumb and Dumber with Jeff Daniels. Why not, right? But he was really great in this movie, and the way his character was going after Sonic, man, like with no quit. He wanted to, as soon as he found that blue quill, he said, I want to use that so I can fuel my machines, these drone like, monsters, you know what I mean? They're machines, but they're like monsters, they did everything that he wanted them to do. He was even saying that that's why he doesn't like humans. He likes those machines because they do what they're told. They're not stupid like human beings, you know what I mean? And I love how it was also primarily focused in San Francisco, and San Francisco is I would consider that like a hometown, like a place where I grew up. That's a place where I grew up after I was born in the city I was born in, and then I grew up there for the first like 5, 6 years of my life. So I consider it like my hometown. And it's great to see a movie that goes there, even the Transamerica building, the pyramid there, Transamerica pyramid, and his rings inadvertently got sent through he got sent through one of the those rings that are like a portal. He can go to anywhere in the world, and he had to go. He had to get back there, and then when he retrieves it, we see Doctor Robotnik with the quill in front of his hovercraft, giving it some immense power. I mean, even when he analyzed it, right, and it says unlimited, it didn't say 100%. Oh, it says unlimited. So Doctor Robotnik was like, "Yeah, I'm going to use these to get it going, to get it on, with Sonic, to get this stuff, to get it going, and I'm gonna get him, and I'm gonna." He was talking about he's gonna, you know, analyze. He's gonna dissect them piece by piece and stuff like that. I mean, real sadistic stuff, man. Really, you know what I mean? But overall, man, like I said, I enjoyed this film. It was fun. Like I said, if I'm gonna pick one word to describe it, sorry, what's one word that someone would ask me? One word that you use to describe this film, and I say fun. It's just what it is. A lot of people like this film and looking on YouTube, and there are some that didn't like, and maybe I can understand why. Because there were, to me, like I said, to me there were lulls in this movie. Especially during the second act. I believe it's like right before the bar scene and afterwards. There were some things where it slowed down. And this is the kind of movie that I was like, man, this movie needs to keep going. He needs to keep a higher energy up because it's Sonic after all. What I liked about it is that Sonic, he moved like how he did in the video game. It wasn't changed. It wasn't slowed down. They didn't make him look like a realistic hedgehog. They made him look like the character. And a lot of movies miss the point. And there are people that they get these to get the properties. They get these the rights to these video games, and they change it because they're thinking to themselves, well, everybody knows the video game. Everybody knows that, so we want to change it up. Notoriously, those two, I don't know what they were, Hungarian, Swiss, whatever those two directors were, knew nothing of Super Mario Brothers. And they said, no, we're going to make it our own. We're going to change it. We're not going to even look at the video game or even care about the video game. And that was their downfall. If there's a movie that needs to be remade, it's Super Mario Brothers. And they need to do it in the way that the video game that we know. And it's funny, I'm talking about Super Mario Brothers and Sonic, and these two are like kind of like they're competitors. You know what I mean? Who's the face of Nintendo is Mario. Who's the face of Sega? That was Sonic, right? But yeah, overall, this movie was just fun. It was a blast. Leave your brain at the door, go in the theater, or in our case now, sit down in your couch, your favorite chair, sit back and watch popcorn, candy, whatever you eat, drinks. Just sit back and watch it. That's what it is. It's always about, you know. But yeah, it was just yeah, it was like I said, it was a fun movie, and what I liked about it was also is how the movie ended. Right, he gets sent through a portal. They're able to get put him through one of the rings. He ends up going to the mushroom planet that initially his guardian, an owl known as Longclaw, told him to go to in case, because she sends him to Earth to evade these echidnas. A tribe of echidnas and wanted to go after his power. She even told him, "Hey, I want you to always know that people are going to be after your power." She was even telling him as a little kid, little baby, a little child, that stop showing your power. Don't you gotta hide because if people see that, they want it. And as kids do, he's like, "Well, I'm fast. I'm too fast. They can't find me." Of course, his echidnas found him, and then she sends him to a portal to Earth, and she says that use the bag of rings, use the rings in case you get trouble on Earth, and he did find trouble on Earth, and she said go to the to the mushroom planet. He did find, like I said, he did find trouble in the form of Dr. Robotnik, but in the end, they were able to get the best uh, Egg Eggman, as we called him. Sonic called him. He ends up on the mushroom planet, and then we see in a first kind of like a first end scene where he's shaving his head and he's bald, has a long mustache, and the clothes on that is the look of Eggman. And he's lost his mind. And he still has position in the quill. I was thinking, how come Sonic didn't get that? He should have, but he has it, and he's like going, he's planning his revenge, and he says that by Christmas time I'll be back. And I guess I don't know if that was a nod to when the release of the sequel would be. It's up in the air now because of the COVID-19 and the situation with the studios all being shut down. So it'll probably be another year or so, maybe some time before we see that sequel. And that's how we ended off with him. And then we have another end scene, and we see leaves and stuff swirling, and then we see a golden ring, like a portal open, and then in comes the two-tailed familiar character, and that is Tails. And Tails is a friend of Sonic. And all we get from Tails is that he says this, or the Tail says this: "I found him, and I hope it is not. I hope it's not too late." Don't know what that means. Maybe he's there to save his friend. Maybe there's someone else that's after him. Maybe Tails or whomever knows of Robotnik's plans. Maybe, who knows? But maybe there'll be another villain as well that's going to be introduced in this next film, if there's a next film that comes out, which I'm pretty sure there is. Like I said, just now, it's just a pretty uncertain time right now for anything to really take place. Whether it be concerts, whether it be any type of outdoor event, an event, or any place where multitudes gather. So it's just a matter of time when that'll happen. But this movie, like I said in closing, that it was a lot of fun, and one of those movies that you just leave your brain at the door. Go in there, watch the film. It's a lot of fun. It's really just a great film. And I will stand right here and I'll stand right before you and say, or sit before you and say, that it's the best adaptation for a video game that I've ever seen, because it captured the energy and the essence of Sonic. It may not be like how it is in the video game, but at the same time, when you see him zipping in and out, and the sounds of the rings, and when he does that little thing like that, where he's zipping, that's a thing that you see like in his hometown when he did that. That's like how you see in the video game. So there's a lot of elements in here of the video game, a lot of elements of how he is, the energy, the way it looks. It's like the video game. And a lot, like I said before, a lot of people who adapt video games to movies, they miss the point every time. And there are some movies that were good, but oftentimes I could do a video about the movies that failed, and then the movies that got it right. Movies I think the movies that I feel got it right were, now I say Sonic. I would say, if you remember the movie Hitman with Timothy Olyphant, that actually was pretty decent. And then you have the movie Mortal Kombat, and even the first Resident Evil film. It captured kind of like the feel of it, right? The ones that failed, of course, are like Double Dragon. Remember that monstrosity? Street Fighter was awful. They didn't do the characters didn't emerge until at the end. I guess the producer realized, or the writer realized, oh shoot, we forgot their look. Let's write it in. When you see at the end, all of a sudden these guys are looking like Balsam, and looking like Blanca, and looking like Guile, and looking like Chun Li. You know what I mean? This is like, it was awful. And of course, Super Mario Brothers. That's on the bad side. Got it wrong, completely wrong. Doom is another one that got it wrong. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like I said, a lot of fun, a lot of energy. Love Sonic. Love how he was in this film. You know, Ben Schwartz is the one who voiced him, and couldn't have found a better voice actor. Looks just like, sounds just like him. Yeah, like even, you know what I mean? It just sounds like him, and it was great. A lot of energy with the actor that did the voice. And like I said, that's my review and my thoughts. And for those of you who stopped by and checked out this video, I appreciate it. For those of you who haven't subbed yet, please do so. I would appreciate it. And if you do, please click the bell icon so you'll be notified as to when I upload a video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it on whichever way you can or however you can. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, mouth to mouth on your phone, text. No, just say, but please share it. I would appreciate that. And well, that's my video. And I'll say it again. I appreciate you stopping by. And in closing, and as always, take care.